Imagine owning every doorway, not the buildings, not the performances, not the experiences, only the doorways. Every concert, every conference, every championship, every festival. Millions want access, but access must pass through your infrastructure. You don't perform, you don't compete, you don't entertain, yet every ticket strengthens your position. For centuries, economic power often belonged to producers, the musicians, the athletes, the organizers, the creators. Then a different layer emerged, a layer sitting between demand and experience, a layer controlling who enters, when they enter, and how they pay. Most people think tickets are products. They aren't. Tickets are permissions, and permissions create gateways. This is not an entertainment business. It is an access business. And the operators who understand this distinction quietly position themselves between millions of people and the experiences they desire. Today, we decode the blueprint behind the digital ticket exchange, a system transforming access into infrastructure.
To control a system, you must first understand its architecture. Most attendees see a ticket, a QR code, a confirmation email, a seat number. But tickets are merely the visible layer. Beneath the interface exists a much larger machine. Layer 1, the experience layer. Concerts, events, sports, conferences, festivals. Layer 2, the access layer, the infrastructure determining entry, verification systems, distribution systems, payment systems, identity systems. Layer 3, the demand layer, millions seeking experiences. Most entrepreneurs focus on the event. History repeatedly rewards those who coordinate access to the event. Because experiences happen once, access happens every time. Most people see entertainment. The architect sees gateways.
Consider two businesses. The first organizes an event. The second controls ticket distribution. One depends on successful execution. The other depends on transaction volume. The distinction seems subtle. Its consequences are enormous. The organizer carries operational risk. The gateway facilitates access. The organizer must create demand. The gateway benefits from demand. The organizer succeeds occasionally. The gateway participates continuously. This creates a remarkable advantage. The access layer does not need to predict which event succeeds. It benefits whenever attendance occurs. Concert, conference, festival, championship. The infrastructure remains in place, and infrastructure scales differently than experiences because experiences expire. Gateways persist.
The most valuable position in an economy often exists where demand converges. Every attendee wants access. Every organizer wants distribution. Every venue wants occupancy. The ticket exchange sits directly in the middle. This position generates visibility. The gateway sees demand before organizers. It sees attendance patterns, pricing behavior, regional trends, consumer preferences. Over time, the system accumulates something more valuable than ticket revenue: behavioral intelligence, knowledge about where attention is moving, and attention is one of the most valuable resources in modern economies. The strongest access infrastructures understand this. They are not merely selling tickets, they are observing demand itself. And whoever observes demand at scale often gains extraordinary leverage.
This brings us to the blueprint. Most entrepreneurs ask, what event should I organize? A more powerful question exists. What access flow can I coordinate? The strongest opportunities often emerge where people seek entry into valuable experiences, professional communities, industry conferences, educational events, private networks, specialized gatherings. Identify recurring demand. Then identify friction, discovery friction, verification friction, payment friction, access friction. Build infrastructure around those bottlenecks, not around events, around access. The customer does not care how the gateway operates. The customer cares about certainty, convenience, trust, and entry. The technology becomes invisible. The permission becomes valuable. And when access becomes essential, the gateway becomes indispensable. This is where leverage emerges, not from creating experiences, but from controlling entry to them.
The industrial economy scaled production. The internet economy scaled information. The platform economy is beginning to scale access itself. Most people see events. Most people see tickets. Most people see entertainment. The architect sees infrastructure, an access layer, a distribution network, a scalable utility. The technology will improve. Verification will become seamless. Distribution will become instantaneous. But the underlying principle remains unchanged. The greatest fortunes are rarely built by creating every experience. They are built by controlling the systems through which people gain access to experiences. Most people organize events. The architect controls entry. Most people create demand. The architect builds the gateway. Most people see tickets. The architect sees permissions moving through a network. This is Nexera, Decoding Systems, Architecting Wealth.